You are listening to Drop Tent Media Network.
And here we are. We've made it back on the Zachy Hour. We're doing it, buddy. How you feeling, Jesse?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. You looking very fresh and Hines Ward.
Yeah, man. It's fucking Hines Ward, greatest wide receiver of all time.
Only Asian receiver of all time.
It's true. That's
Yeah.
He doesn't have a very Asian name though. He you know what I mean? Like Hines.
Yeah.
It's not. I don't think.
Well, I think that's just.
What kind of Asian is he? Is he like?
I have no idea. I
almost said Filipino, but are they Asian?
They're like not considered Asian because the Asian community doesn't.
Yeah. Filipinos are the Mexican of the Asian culture, and I was like, what does that even mean?
Yeah, I don't.
Like, is that derogatory? Or I'm like, oh yeah, like Asians are super racist towards each other. It's great. But, so yeah, way to start it off, dude. We're 11-0. Go fuck yourself, right? Everyone wishes they were a Pittsburgh fan this year. It's great.
Yeah. It's an easy schedule. Well, you're going against my team.
Did you say it's an easy schedule?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, fuck yourself.
It's just a fucking easy
yourself.
schedule. That's a fucking easy schedule. First of all, and second of all, you're going to be facing the number one. Well, it's number two defense, Washington football team. We're going to take you.
Washington R words.
Yes, the Washington R words. Yes, the Washington R words are going to take you down.
Oh, I'm not worried about them at all.
Oh, okay.
They can't decide on a fucking name for their squad. All right, you think I'm afraid of how
this
they
is
handle the ball?
If you're a Washington fan, this is the perfect game for Washington. We're always going to beat the team that's the greatest.
Do you understand?
You're not going to have a perfect season.
It's the Steelers, baby.
It's not going to be a perfect season.
It's going to be a perfect season. You're fucking wrong.
I'll be so surprised.
I will bet you any fucking money. I will bet your next month's fucking.
Every time I've done a bet, it's gone wrong for me.
I know. I know you have that. Oh, speaking of, how are your TikToks coming?
Oh, I don't. I've been wanting to do them, but I've yet to have any ability to want to do them.
Still looking at those ideas written down on the notepad.
Yeah, I'm just like, I don't know. I was like gonna shoot one day, and I was like, I need to get over it.
Everyone. So I just got back from deer hunting. I don't know if you saw it.
Yeah, I saw some pictures.
Yeah. So I was down my family farm. And I got a buck. We'll talk about that a little bit, but I got all the meat and I cooked like a steak right off the bat, like because one of the cryovac bags, like the vacuum bag, like I got because like they give you all your meat in like this box.
Yeah,
they're just like, here you go, and I was like, and it's like it wasn't frozen yet, like they just processed it, so I got it like pretty fresh.
Right.
I mean, it was cold, but it wasn't like frozen.
Yeah.
So I had to throw it in like a foam cooler. Drive it all the way back to Pennsylvania in like this foam cooler with like an ice bag on top of it, hoping it didn't like,
right.
You know what I mean? Like, I want to eat my car and stuff. I mean, it was fine, but so one of the cryovac bags broke. I guess like the antler got caught on it because they give you the rack and they just like. This is like one of the most like I found out like going deer hunting. I found out I was like such a pussy.
Yeah,
like I always like I've always fancied myself as like a man's man. And
yeah.
Hanging out with my uncles who had like worked at a steel mill for like 50 years, and I was like, oh, I'm a giant pussy.
Yeah, like, you're wearing a Steelers shirt,
and they work with
Steel.
Dude, you didn't get started, all right? Fuck you. Your team doesn't have a name. Washington Football Club.
Team. All right, don't get it right, you son of a bitch.
Fucking just pick one. Just call them fucking savages.
I want him to call them the Red Wolves, but anyways.
Oh, that'd be a good name, Red Wolves. And still have the like fucking Comanche chief on the fucking I am Chief Red Wolf. Like they still keep it like a Native American.
I could totally see Dan Snyder just doing it.
Why don't they just call it the Washington Native Americans?
No.
Marketing.
Well, I'm surprised the Cleveland Indians still have the Indians.
That is one of the most racist logos in the history.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's like minstrel air, fucking like minstrel show blackface. It's like it's insane.
Yeah,
it's the color of these fucking headphones. Like, you know what I mean? It's like Yeah. Have you ever seen the shirt that says Caucasians? And it's a white guy.
the white guy.
That's funny. I wanted to get that, but I think it's a little too on the nose.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's like
Black guys wearing that. That's funny, but like if I wore that, it's like,
God, if a black guy wore that.
God. Like Godfrey or one of those guys. Like, oh my God. Yeah, but no, I found out I'm a giant pussy.
Okay.
Giant pussy. Like, cause like I let a deer walk because in my head I wanted to get like a big buck.
Yeah.
But like they're telling me, like, and I realized I haven't hunted in so long. So like I have something.
Oh, when was the last time you hunt?
I haven't been to my family farm in West Virginia in about 10 years.
Okay.
So I was like a child.
Yeah,
when I went down there, and I've killed 4 deer out of that camp.
Yeah.
And I just haven't gun hunted in a long time. I started bow hunting a lot, and I would bow hunt some public land around like Pennsylvania. And when I went on that trip cross country, I was bow hunting like rabbits, probably illegally. I don't know. I have a license, but I don't know what the small game regulations were. It was one rabbit. They fucking kissed my ass. Give him $50. Damn, like it was worth it. But I've been bow hunting a lot. Like that's really so I haven't been like gun hunting. This gun hunt was actually a really good time. Like my uncle fucking like he's like the kind of guy that you want in the apocalypse.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like he's like the guy you call.
Yeah.
Like 100%.
You don't bring him to a dinner party, but you bring him.
You could. He's like the most interesting man in the world. He's
okay, gotcha.
But he's like, worked in a steel mill his whole life. He's a contract electrician. He's like worked in jewelry and stuff. And he's like, he's the coolest guy in the fuck world. Just a real man's man.
Yeah.
And like, there were times like there were just times where I was like interacting with them and I like ate an edible and I'm fucking like sitting there on the couch and like now I'm getting like edible paranoid.
Yeah.
And like, I'm like, oh, they think I'm a pussy. I'm gonna talk about how much of a pussy I am.
Yeah.
Giant pussy, and I'm sure they did. But yeah, no. So I haven't been down there in 10 years. So he was like re-teaching me how to like really hunt.
Right.
He was like showing me like how like you have to stay on so like the wind is like such a big thing.
Right.
The second they smell you, you're fucked.
Yeah.
And if you get busted, the whole area is fucked.
Yeah, the whole area.
Because they like other deer, like somehow they communicate. And like, I mean, dumb ones will come through.
Right.
But like, you're not getting that big buck. Like, so if you fuck up with a doe, it's like, so he's like re-teaching me all this stuff, which I knew, but it's been so long.
Right. Since I didn't know that applied. I played that on GTA.
What?
The wind. The wind is a factor when you're playing, like when you're hunting in GTA.
Oh, you can hunt in GTA?
You can do anything in GTA.
GTA? What the fuck is that?
There's a mission with Trevor.
Okay, that tracks. Fuck yeah. Does he fuck the corpse afterward? Like
it's a deleted scene. No, I'm kidding.
I was really into Red Dead. Red Dead was that game that I fucking.
Red Dead was great.
I love both of those games. The first one's amazing. The second one's good, and I love how in the second one, like you eventually become John, but you can go to Armadillo and it has a plague.
Oh, really? I don't remember that.
Like all the way at the end. It's after like you go through like so. There's an epilogue,
right?
Like in the first one, but you play as John.
Yeah.
Arthur dies. Spoiler alert. Sorry if no one's played the biggest game. Fucking Yeah.
By the way, eat that mic a little more. Turn it.
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
Oh,
turn
you're
it.
actually.
I'm asking you.
Oh, I thought you were making.
No. Move it like to the side there. Yeah. You can watch this on YouTube, by the way, as well. Yeah, there
we go. Oh, that's why I couldn't hear myself.
You're so loud. Yeah, I was like,
honestly,
is this better?
That's the mic you have turned on, isn't it? That was the one complaint I got from anyone. They were like, "Oh, your gain was so high." I was like, "No, my voice is so powerful." I was like, "No, we were just stoned. We forgot to fucking fix the levels." But this we're learning, people. We're learning how to do this. But yeah, no. So going back to the hunting thing, I did get a buck this year.
Nice.
It was a 6-point buck, about a 200-yard shot uphill, which is not easy. Like really? I have, I mean, like you think with a gun, like what's 200 yards,
right?
You know what I mean? Like, cause like, but it's the fact that you're shooting at something live and your adrenaline's going. Like a lot of people get this thing called, like hunters talk about it. They call it buck fever. Like first time hunters will go out and they'll see a buck like 25 feet in front of them in the tree stand and they'll miss. Cause they're like,
cause they don't know how to.
Yeah. And they don't have time to get the rest. They just put it up and now they're I got to get this boom. And then like, they shoot Like, they miss a 25-foot shot. So it's like, so I had this 200-yard shot. I got down on my belly, fucking shooting up this hill, sniped this fucker. Fucking, and it was great. I mean, I have a big respect for hunting because like I eat the meat. Like I'm very, like I don't trophy hunt. I hunt because I enjoy venison and it's a cultural thing for me. But I got him like perfect shot. Like, have you ever seen the movie The Deer Hunter?
No.
Okay, so that was actually filmed in my dad and my uncle's hometown.
Oh, really?
At the steel mill they're from. If you want to bring that up, I don't know. You can look up Weirton Steel. And
Weirton?
Weirton is Weirton. Yeah. And you go to images. Yeah, Weirton Steel Mill. It'll fucking come up. So this was the mill. I mean, so right there on the left.
This one?
One down from that. I don't fucking know.
This one.
Yeah, so that one right there, that's a good picture of it. So those are the blast furnaces. My grandfather worked in there for a long time. Like my whole family on my dad's side has worked at that steel mill.
Yeah.
And in the movie The Deer Hunter, the guys work at that steel mill. That's the steel mill they work at.
Okay.
And, it's crazy because like that's actually like a very good representation of like that family from that side of the country because they're just salt of the earth people. They fucking worked hard their whole lives and they hunt. And it's like there's this thing that he says, Christopher Walken's character says to De Niro or vice versa. I can't remember. I haven't seen the movie in so long, but he goes, one shot, Michael. And like that's the whole mentality when we hunt. Like you're supposed to take it with one. Yeah, Deer Hunter, Christopher Walken. You can look it up on IMDb. I'm sure it'll. It's Christopher Walken when he's like fucking super young. Nice spelling there, Chief.
Yeah, dude, I'm a great speller.
Yeah. So they go to in the movie they go to Vietnam and it's like,
okay. I was gonna say
it's a commentary on Vietnam and shit. But like, like if you've ever seen like they always make fun of this Russian roulette fucking scene.
Interesting.
But if you just go to like Deer Hunter movie, I guess that'll come up on IMDb. You can check it out a little bit there. It'll give you some more background, but. The one thing that we say in our family that they say in the movie when they're hunting is one shot.
Right.
And that's like the whole thing about taking the deer that way is because you're supposed to, you take the deer one shot. It's a fantastic movie. It's Robert De Niro. It's Christopher Walken. It's Meryl Streep when she's super young. She's a fucking smoke show in this fucking movie.
Meryl Streep was a smoke show? Okay.
Dude, I'd still do Meryl Streep. You're at it.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Come on.
I mean, Susan Sarandon.
Oh, all day. All day. Sigourney Weaver, too.
Yeah.
Sigourney Weaver could get it. I fucking watched Ghostbusters during fucking Halloween. I was like, I remember.
Damn. All right. Meryl Streep.
Yeah, look at her. Look at her.
Yeah.
Fucking.
She got a long structural face that's like, it works. You know what I mean?
Smoke show.
Yeah.
She got legs, dude. You ever see her in Mamma Mia?
Yes.
Fucking white jeans the whole time.
I did have to watch Mamma Mia.
Yeah, I had to watch it for the other podcast, and not because I wanted to see it.
When someone says, I watched Mamma Mia.
You ever see Mamma Mia?
Yeah,
like,
you have to have like a situation.
Perfect example about how I'm a pussy. Like, I couldn't say that at deer camp. Like, if I told them I watched Mamma Mia, I'd have to sleep on the couch with like duct tape on my ass. Like, they'd be like no, you get the fuck out of here. Like, you know, fucking, yeah, giant pussy. But yeah, one shot. That's the whole thing. So I took him in one shot. And it was just a very cathartic moment because it was like I brought, it was like a culmination of like those 10 years and I kind of redeemed myself because I had a really bad experience last time I went. I wounded a deer and I had to put it down and it didn't go as well as it should have. Like
you missed again.
Okay, so I shot this deer in the hind quarter.
Okay, wait, behind, what's that
like
mean?
In the back quarter of the leg.
Okay, gotcha.
And it created a large wound.
Right.
And I got out of the tree stand and I got down to it and it's suffering, which is the worst thing that could happen.
Right.
And I was about 15. And
at
this point, I kill our own lambs for Easter. Like, we're old school. Like, I'm old school European that way.
Yeah.
So, like, in my head, like, I know what to do.
Right.
But I'm still a 15-year-old kid from the suburbs that doesn't know shit, right? I'm still tap dancing on the weekends. So, like, I pull the gun up by myself because I'm a man now. Jews and us, like they fucking like, yeah, you have hair on your balls. You're good. Like, no, I'm not even done developing. I'm a big boy. And so I shot the deer again, and I didn't put the gun right up to him, which I should have, but I didn't. I shot through the scope, and I shot low. I hit him in the head, but I hit him in the jaw. So this thing's still alive.
Still looking at you.
Jaw, looking at me like, fuck you, dude. Yeah. Like, give me, like the deer almost was like, get me the gun. Like, you know? So then I took care of it. But like, that was something that like haunted me for years.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I honestly did have trouble shooting this time.
Right.
Because like,
what if I wound him?
It was such a nightmare for me. Cause like, I'm like I said, I grew up around it and like meat's meat. You know what I mean?
Right,
like
right.
That's how our mentality is. Like it's meat.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I just watching that thing suffer. Like I didn't pick up a gun for 10 years. Mm-hmm. I mean, I shot handguns and stuff like that. Like, cause I'm a redneck that way. Like I'm a low key redneck. Like I still like shooting guns.
Yeah.
But like, but I didn't shoot at an animal with a gun. For 10 years.
Damn.
So it was one of those things that it was like kind of a redemption trip for me,
right,
to see if I can reclaim this part of my life and my culture and try to come back to it. And I had a deer no further from me to you first day, but he was young, very young. It was like a spike, so he only had 2 antlers. Like he didn't have the full rack.
Right.
Like,
so what's a spike like? Is a spike like?
It's probably about a year old, 2 years. Sometimes they just have a bad rack.
So what's a doe? So a doe is
a female deer.
All right.
Raised drop of golden sun.
Right.
Me is the name I call myself. Far a long way to run. So
I don't know why.
So what's a dough? It's a thing you make cookies out of. What are you fucking talking about?
Yeah, right.
You want me to tell you about some dough? That's Brooklyn.
So spikes are.
So a spike's like a younger deer. I hunt whitetail for the most part. So a spike's a younger deer. It's going to be similar to like so it's like probably about a year to 2 years old. Depending on what, so like it's weird because they're all. I'm gonna move this chair a little bit.
Yeah, go ahead. Get in the frame.
I want to look at you. Am I in the frame?
Right. Yeah, you're totally in the frame.
Oh, good, because there's a lot of me.
No, we got all of it.
Oh,
surprisingly enough.
Get all my Heinz Ward with my spaghetti sauce somewhere up here because I'm a fat fuck. What the fuck was that?
You were talking about like
Spike, the Spike. So Spike's young. I believe, like, so I've gotten to the point where, like, you know, when I was a kid, I would shoot anything. Like, if I saw a deer, if it was brown, it was down. Like, that's what we used to say. Like, you know, like, I'd see it because I'd buy a doe tag.
Right.
And I'd have a buck tag, but I'd be like, I don't even care if I get a buck. I just want the meat.
Yeah.
So the second I saw a doe opening day, I'd blast her.
Yeah.
And I'd be done for the week. Like, I'd still go out and hunt, but I'd just be jerking off in the tree stand. We do that a lot.
Nice.
People are like, oh, this morning dew on the tree. I'm like, that's my dew. That's actually a really funny story. I was deer hunting one time, and this kid from the camp went squirrel hunting the same day. Yeah. Or he was like from a farm over. And he sits down underneath my tree stand, doesn't even see me. Sits down underneath my tree stand, pulls out like a fucking like nudie mag. These are red. This is like fucking in the hills of West Virginia, Highland County. Fucking like we're down there. So he pulls out a nudie mag and just starts cranking it. So I wait for him to blow, and when he blows, I go, hey! Jumps up, he dropped his gun, he started flying, dude. Ran. He thought God talked to him. It was the funniest fucking shit.
The greatest part about that story is that you know when a guy is coming.
I mean, I do it every day.
You're like, all right, let's go.
I waited. I was like, when's it? He's speeding up. It is weird that I watched it for that long. This is kind of gay. Now that you're making me sound gay. It's a little gay.
Whatever, dude. You killed a deer.
Yeah, it balances it out, right?
It totally balances it out.
It's like fucking, I don't know. Oh my God. Can you imagine, though? Can you imagine being that guy? You're like jerking off in the woods with a gun. Like,
first of all,
I'm surprised.
What year is this?
Oh, it was recently.
Internet. Like, you can save.
You don't have service out there.
Download a video.
I don't know. I don't know, man. I had a flip phone at the time. It was probably my last year hunting there.
Okay, all right.
I think it was my last year hunting there that happened. I was 15.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah,
yeah, but he was like a kid my age. Like, it wasn't weird. It wasn't like an older man.
No.
Like, I think he stole, like...
If he was an older man, he'd turn around and be like, oh, in the face, yes.
Yeah. Try to shoot it up at me. Yeah. But, fucking, yeah, so... Yeah. What were we talking about? Deer hunting?
All right.
Fucking, yeah, no. So, but going back to the spike, this deer was, I shit you not, from like the camera to me.
Right.
And I didn't move. I was just like, I'm gonna watch him, see what he does. Because usually, if there's a smaller buck, sometimes a bigger buck will come in and like fuck with him. Because he's like, "What are you doing in my fucking house?"
Oh, okay.
And then I saw like 10 doe that day. I could have shot, no problem. Like, and I just let him go because I was waiting for that big buck. But then I got home and I was talking about it with the guys, and I got all paranoid because I ate that fucking edible. And fucking, I was like, they're talking about all these stories like, oh, this deer I killed this deer, I killed that deer. And they're just talking about, they've been hunting for fucking close to like 50 years.
Right.
All on the same land too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's been in our family since the 70s. So I'm sitting there getting all self-conscious, like, oh shit, I should have just killed a deer to fucking up my numbers. Like, you know, I was like, I gotta get my fucking numbers up. I look like a bitch right now.
Yeah.
And, but no, I'm glad I waited for the one I got, because like, really nice rack. It was like about a 4-year-old deer, 3 or 4-year-old deer, which is like kind of right there for like, it's like my uncle shot, or my cousin shot an 8-point. My uncle shot an 8-point. Some of the biggest deer, or no, they were 9 points, but they were fucking huge antlers. Like some of the biggest deer I've ever seen in our family farm, like ever come out of there. Like
wow.
They've like the thing is like, you got to let the younger deer grow up. That's why I don't want to shoot a spike.
Right.
Because in 2-3 years, that spike could be a 10-point.
Yeah.
Because like we have like really good nutrition down there for the deer. Like they're eating a lot of acorns, a lot of clover. It's like all that nutrients, and then plus just better genetics. Eventually, like the herd will just breed bigger deer,
right?
Which is fun. You want to get a big deer, you know what I mean? Like it's because like it's just like, and it's not even like a macho thing. It's just like they're harder to get. They're smarter. There's a reason those deer have lived that long,
right?
Like killing a spike's not hard because this motherfucker can't smell me. And he's right in front. Like, I could have punched this deer in the face. Like, this spike could have licked my balls. Like, I thought it was like a big dog coming over me. I was like, I can't kill this thing.
Yeah, right. Okay.
But I could have, I literally could have thrown my rifle at him and knocked him out.
Okay.
Like, it was stupid.
Yeah.
Fucking.
How did the antlers become more than, like, how many points does it, like?
So they eventually grow. So, like, if you look at all antlers, they come out of 2 main stalks.
Right.
And then eventually, so what they do in the summertime is they get felted, like in furred, or I don't know what fucking they call it. I think they call it felt.
Okay.
Not felt, velvet. They call it.
Okay, but something grows on it where it's fuzzy.
So yeah, eventually, yeah. So the antlers are just an extension of their skeleton. It's connected to their, you know what I mean? It's connected. It's their bone structure.
Yeah.
So it grows like anything else will. But as they get older and more hormones come in and they fight a lot and stuff, like that's what'll make the rack look different. So like if you look up like deer in velvet, whitetail deer velvet, or deer in velvet.
Oh my God, I had it.
It's turned into the redneck podcast. All my city friends are gonna be like, "Wow, Zach, you suck." I'm gonna get canceled by PETA for that fucking
story.
Yeah. So if you look at any of those, that's actually a really young deer.
Which one?
Right. Actually, the one you were just on.
This one. This one.
So that's how they grow.
Right.
And then eventually, if you look down where he's shedding the velvet. So it's like, there's like a little skin on them, and then they do these things called
don't they like
scrapes or rubs? Is it scrapes or rubs?
Something like that on the tree, right?
Scrapes.
Okay.
Or rubs. Is it a rub or a scrape? No, scrapes on the ground, rub is on the tree. So they what they do is they rub their horns on the tree, and it's to get that thing off, and it's to get that velvet off. And if you can find a line of trees, like you'll see, like you can start to, like, my uncle's like a fucking Apache this way. Like he knows how to hunt.
Right.
Like I swear to God, you could drop this guy in any fucking state in the union, he'll kill something huge. Like he's just that guy. Like he just knows the land. Like, you know. And he was telling me, you want to see where these natural paths that they go, because the deer, they travel usually, like they like their paths. So like you'll see traffic areas, you'll be able to see through tracks, and if you start walking the tracks, then you start looking for rub or scrapes.
Right.
And big bucks will do this thing with their hooves, and they'll scrape out like and make mud out of the ground, and like nice. Fucking like, so you'll see, and like that's a way of marking their territory, and they'll piss in it.
Okay.
And then they'll do this. They'll fucking rub on the tree. So if you can find like a scrape and a rub path, and then you start seeing where this buck is marking his territory, you set up shop there for a few days. You'll see him walk through. You just can't get busted. That's why a lot of people use tree stands, because like you're up high, the scent isn't as big of a deal.
Yeah.
But it's not as fun for me. I like walking. I like walking and like finding a deer.
Right.
Like, that's how I found this guy. I came over the top of a ridge, and I went down to the bottom of a ridge, and he was on the other side. I'm surprised he didn't hear me, because I was walking like an asshole. But he was 200 yards away too, through like hardwoods. But he just stepped out into this clearing and just stood there, and I saw the light on him, and I was like, yeah, it was.
You're just like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, I was like, it was like one of my last days hunting. I was gonna stay till Wednesday. I ended up coming home this Monday because of the snowstorm.
Right.
Did we get snow in Philly?
Barely.
Because we got hammered down there. We were supposed to get like 5 inches. I got out of. I was chasing the storm out.
Oh, really? Well, yeah. No, I think
Pittsburgh got hammered.
Pittsburgh got hammered.
Yeah, I think our valley kind of kept us out of it.
I think so, because it was just like it snowed. Like I remember snowing like at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
and that was it.
Yeah, like I drove, because I got home at 2, or no, I got home at midnight. So like it was following me the whole way. Like I saw snow in my rear view the whole time, but my windshield was dry.
Nice.
Fucking crazy. I was like, how's this working?
It's like I'm in Twister.
Yeah, it's a Twister. It's a Twister. But yeah.
Well, that's crazy. I never knew that. Like, just I always wondered how like they grew, like, or what like allowed them.
I'm assuming. I mean, dude, I mean, this is what I know. I mean, I'm not an expert, though. I mean, like I told you, I haven't been hunting in like 10 years. I mean,
well, you know more than I do. So.
Yeah, well, yeah.
That's what my point
therein lies the rub, right? I'm considered a smart person now, because I know more than Jesse Pedraza.
Mark it in your books.
There's going to be, right. There's going to be people watching this like, that fucking dumb city kid doesn't know shit about deer. It's like, I'm totally wrong. I could be like totally lying about this right now. I have no idea. No, I'm pretty sure that's what happens. But yeah, no. So it's weird though. I mean, because it's all genetics too. Because like if you look up, if you look up my fucking deer, I'll show you the. Oh yeah, it's on Facebook or fucking Instagram. You're on my Instagram.
What was it again?
Zachy Peanuts. You know, just the name of the show.
It's
someone looked up something very close to Zachy Peanuts. It was like Tacky Panazzi. It was like one of the fucking underneath. It was like, I was like, that's close.
That's probably me.
Second post. It probably was. Yeah, just do not. But yeah, if you look at his horns there, like it's a pretty solid buck. I mean, he's a 6-point buck. Okay. And then that's the body of it. You got
the tongue out.
Oh yeah. Well, that's that weird thing, because like when they go, that happens all the time.
Oh, interesting.
So truth be told, I edited a lot of blood out of that first photo. And like the thing, because I was like, I'm gonna post that. I don't want to be like, I don't want to be disrespectful, like, because I know how triggered people are. Because to me, I mean, I was like, if you go back
right here.
Okay, so look at my pants.
Yeah.
Just covered in like I had to. Okay, so you can see right underneath like where the tongue is.
Yeah.
I patched that. All over, and you can see where like the blood's leaking out of his body right there.
Yeah,
fucking I patched that. That was like that was all just drained red.
Interesting.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I guess I'm kind of. Why would I tell people I patched it? Fucking retard. I mean, I have the original photo. If anyone wants it, I'll
First of all, this deer has no blood in its system.
No, it was a really clean kill. He just, I had to drag that motherfucker. I had to drag him from fucking, it was like a quarter of a mile. I had to drag him back to the house. I didn't have a ATV.
Oh.
So I had to drag him with the guts in.
Oh, God.
So, like, that's
how
200-pound deer.
Oh, God.
Probably 185. I'll say that deer was 185. The one I dragged with my uncle was like at least 220.
Jesus.
Fucking, that was a pig.
And how long, how long is that walk?
Mile and a half. Or a half mile, or a quarter mile.
Okay.
So
it
you're
still
looking
sucks,
at,
but
like, you're looking at, I mean, a quarter of a mile, like, but it's in the woods. It's not a quarter of a mile on a street.
yeah, that's true.
Like, I'm dragging them over fucking hills and creeks and
sticks.
and you can't put them up.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, you can't?
it's dead weight.
Yeah.
Like, I'm tough. I'm not that kind of tough. It's not like that's my favorite thing in Red Dead, how he just throws the animal on his shoulder.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you, dude. Like, in reality, you're 6 foot tops. Like, I get it. You're a frontiersman, but like,
Yeah.
fuck yourself. I would like, no one is Brock Lesnar. Maybe that's how he carries his.
Right. Yeah, definitely.
Like, I was like, no, you grab it by the horns. You fucking
Just drag it.
I was happy that most of it was downhill.
Yeah.
But even downhill, it's hard because you gotta like.
You have to like control yourself.
You don't want it to just like. There was a part where I just kind of let it roll. Well, not roll, but like slide. I like slid it because like it was a really steep hill at one point.
Right.
And I was like,
I'm not doing this. Fucking yeet.
my uncle told me a story about how he rode one like a sled. When he was a kid, he was 16 and he killed one on that same hill.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, it was snowing. It was 7:30 morning. I was snowing. I just sat on him and I rode him like a sled. And I went, what? And he's like, and I'm like, okay, this is the mental damage that I don't have. Like, you know,
Yeah,
what I mean? Like, I'm
right.
this is why I have trouble shooting a deer. Whereas like, you like,
Yeah, you're fine with it.
yeah. So, but
It reminded me of Christmas. It's just red and white. It was great.
dude, you have no idea how on point that is. Dude, it was funny though. I mean, like, but yeah, no, well, he was a kid. He was light. He was like a little kid too.
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't like hurting the fucking or anything like that.
Well, it was
dead. It's just. I want to
If
write.
you write it,
I'm not kidding. I want to write a screenplay called Deer Camp.
Okay.
And make it like someone in my situation has to like live down there during the pandemic. And he's just living with like his family that he's like been estranged from for like a like.
Yeah.
I think I could write this into a screenplay and someone would fucking greenlight it.
Yeah, that probably would be funny.
We'd have free place to shoot it. Production be cheap as shit.
True. Yeah. True.
Yeah,
And it's in your place. You're right.
it's my fucking family farm. Like, it's not like So
Who would be cast in it?
I mean, I would probably play me.
I mean,
Like,
who's you're playing your dad?
my dad's not there. That's the thing. My dad's a pussy. He doesn't fucking hunt.
Okay.
My dad doesn't hunt. You know, my dad. He's a theater guy.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
Christ, how many times do we have to?
I forgot it's your. So I guess it's your mom's side of the family.
No, it's my dad's brother. My dad comes from like these hard people, but he turned out.
Just like you.
I'll beat you. I'll beat you senseless.
That's fine.
I'm harder than my dad, but I'm not as hard as my uncles. Like,
That's right.
like I didn't work at a steel mill my whole life. I worked in a butcher shop. You know what I mean? Like
it's a step.
I boxed. Like, my dad's just he's a city guy. He likes the creature comforts. I can't blame him for that. He's baking right now. He's baking all these Christmas cookies. I came home. I was like, it was such a culture shock because like I had been just like slugging Mountain Dew and talking about murdering deer for like a week and a half in like a cabin that just has all of the deer antlers that we've ever killed on that land. For like 50 years. Like and the crazy thing was, this was so cool. This is what made me think of like, you could make like an anthology story about it actually. Like it was almost like a frontier kind of like Buster Scruggs moment. My uncle's like, every rack on that wall, there's a story too. And it was so cool because there was. I was like, all right, that one. And they tell the story.
Nice.
And it'd be like this wild story. It's like, it was doe season, but this buck came through. And And it's but we had an extra buck tag because we're landowners. And like, they would just tell all these crazy, they're like war stories.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
definitely.
Like, and I think that like, that's a big thing because like, it's a big connect like with the hunting community and like veterans. because I think that they get so good at shooting.
Right.
Like my uncle wasn't in the service, but my other uncle was, like the other guy that was down there with me. And a lot of my friends who were in the service love hunting. And then if you look back, like my grandfather was a Marine, he loved hunting. I think it's just a way for them to like use that skill
Right.
in a practical way.
Yeah.
And still get that like
That rush.
Yeah, without being,
killing someone.
Yeah, without like climbing in a clock tower.
Yeah.
Stop letting. Yeah, that's how we stop school shooters. Let them hunt. Fuck you, Peter. Let them go. Let them
You know what? That's probably not a bad idea.
Let them go crazy on some rabbits or some shit. Like I bet it would get that.
I think that's the part that was alarming to begin with, but
but here's the thing: what's better?
yeah.
Like, am I crazy? Like, everyone's like, oh, this kid's killing animals. Like, if you just let Jeffrey Dahmer kill the animals, he probably wouldn't have moved on to Twinks. I'm just saying, if you guys didn't make it weird for him to be a taxidermist, like, some people got to do that. Some people got to do that.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like, I'm just saying, like, not me.
Yeah. It's better than factory killing.
Well, that's the other thing, too. Yeah. And it's more pure. Like, I mean, if you're looking at it from, like, an animal rights aspect, what's better? Me getting a fucking Jandal turkey or a Purdue fucking chicken when they've been in a goddamn fucking cattle fucking, stall. They're living in their own shit.
Right.
Fucking, and like, the farm isn't even getting the money. It's all going to the fucking manufacturer.
Right.
Whereas I go out on my family farm that has been in my family for like generations.
Yeah.
This is a herd of deer that have been like ethically harvested over a long time. So it's not like we've killed the deer population.
Right.
And we've killed a lot of fucking deer there.
Yeah.
Like there's years where like the fucking
deers be a fucking.
Deers be fucking. Well, that's when you go after them. That's what gun season is. It's during the rut. So that's why if you see does, you want to that's why people put like doe piss on themselves. And like all that shit. I'm sure you've heard of that. Like I
think I've heard
people make fun of it a lot, but it's true. Like I have a coat in my car. Woof. Like if I open that door, some city buck's gonna come by. The fuck you doing?
Yeah.
You looking good. City deer are weird. You ever see them around here?
No, I haven't.
Oh, they're so weird because like they're all mangy and shit because they're eating like fucked up shit. Like they're eating like leftover McDonald's.
So what's the thing you noticed about city deer as opposed to the deers that you've
City deer don't give a fuck. They're like so accustomed to people. Like the deer in my parents' like neighborhood. Like I could walk up to a giant buck. Like, cause he knows I can't kill him. Like they know.
Right.
But then they'll go up in South Mountain and be skittish as shit, like in a maze.
Right.
But I have some like public land that I can hunt on, but it's like really close to some houses. Like, but like it's with a bow, it's only 75 yards or something, or 100 yards is the safety zone. And with a gun, I can't hunt. I can't. That's the thing. I brought my rifle back, but I can't hunt anywhere except like state game lands.
Yeah.
That's kind of a pain in the ass. I don't have a truck, so I'm probably just gonna bow hunt for the rest of the season. But anyway, yeah. So what was the question though? Oh, city deer versus
city deer versus like
like the deer at the farm are just not used to people.
Yeah.
Like the second they smell the weirdest little thing that's not woods and not another deer and not like a coyote or something.
Right.
They
book it.
They book it. I had a doe bust me on my third day out. I was in this spot. It's like we call it the Five Hollows. It's where all the hollows from like our land and this other guy's land kind of meet. And it's like this really deep, dark wood valley. And it's like a sheer surface with a couple of flats that the deer used to cross. And they go up and over into the other hollow.
Gotcha.
So they cross this road up and over to the other hollow.
Right.
And I was sitting on one side, my uncle was sitting on another, and we were just waiting for this buck to do, like, because that's the back door. That's how he gets from, like, that's the thing. Like, we know the land that well.
Right.
That we know what travel patterns these guys are doing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of shit.
Yeah. It's like when I get really good with a Halo map.
Yeah. No, it's not. No, it's, dude, like, all joking aside, but yeah, you're a fat shit. It's like when I knew how Snowbound worked. You know? Fucking, I get you, bro.
Go to the middle.
Go to the middle. Up top, though. You got to get into the Snowbound. Used to be my favorite. I used to play two doubles.
I hated Snowbound.
Me and my buddy used to go Snowbound.
Really?
Snowbound.
I would veto the fuck out of it.
Scoop and poop. We would do scoop and poop to get Snowbound, and we would fake veto.
Yeah.
Then, like they'd all jump on. I was like, nope. And then like we call it scoop and poop.
That's hilarious. That's great.
Scoop and poop. Scoop and poop. Shout out to Evan Murak, man. That kid's awesome. He's out in Montana. I want to go hunt out his
Yeah, I heard Montana.
my buddy Tim Croy just killed a deer out in Montana, mule deer.
Mm-hmm.
He went out. He got COVID out there.
Damn, by deers.
Where we were, my uncle kept going, COVID's going to have to find us. I was like, COVID's going to have to catch me. He kept saying it. I was like, I like that. I like that. I really hope I didn't bring it down to you guys. It's like I'm sitting here, I'm running all over the place. Like I hope, but they don't believe in it down there, so that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you guys don't believe in it? Then I'm not going to feel guilty.
Yeah. What was this thing that was mysterious killing me?
Yeah, they just think they have a hangover. And honestly, when I had it, I think that's how I felt too. I was just like, ugh, like, am I going through withdrawals? What's happening? Like, that's what my parents thought, because I cut out booze for a while.
Yeah.
And they were like, I think you're going through withdrawals. I was like, Mom, I don't know how much you think I drink, but I don't drink enough for withdrawals. Like, this is getting out of hand. Like, like, I drink a lot, but it's like I'm not.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, no, you drink every day. You drink a bunch. I'm like, yeah, but like, I don't wake up and have a beer. I can go a day without a beer. It's like,
right.
I just happen to always be around alcohol. Like
So
in comedy, like, I'm not going to not have a beer at the bar. What, I'm going to drink a fucking seltzer and then they're going to look at me like, oh, this guy doesn't fucking, support the bar.
Yeah,
then you like, it's all a politics thing. You got to have a beer when you're working there. And plus it's free sometimes.
Very true.
I mean, I've never turned down a free drink. I was drinking tequila last night. You drink tequila?
I don't drink that much.
You don't drink, right?
I'm a smoker.
You're a big,
big stoner, dude.
Yeah. No, I was drinking tequila last night. No one would drink tequila with me. I was the only one drinking it. I was like, what the fuck? I was hanging out with like a bunch of like, dudes I drank with. I was like, I brought a bottle of tequila, some Coronas, because that's what was in my parents' liquor cabinet. And if you're going to treat me like I'm 16, I'm going to act like I'm 16. Like that's been my mentality the whole time I've been living back home. And, but they, anyway, so I bring the bottle over and I'm like, yo, tequila shots. And they're like, ugh. And I'm like, dude, and it was like good tequila. I bought, honestly, I bought the tequila. It was Altos. Like,
like high end.
It's okay. It's like, it's better than, it's better than 1800.
Right.
1800's still a little bit Cuervo-y. Cuervo's the worst.
Okay.
I can't stand Cuervo. Like, that's not even tequila. Like Cuervo, like there's no such thing as gold tequila. I hate when people. It's like if you have a Blanco, or Reposado, or Añejo, or Mezcal. Like there's no gold.
Gold does not exist.
Yeah, no, that was made up by fucking Chi-Chi's. Shout out to the greatest Mexican restaurant to never exist. Yeah, fucking, I was drinking tequila.
So were you drinking tequila because you were watching the fight?
Last night?
No, the Tyson fight.
Oh, well, here's the thing. I had to watch that on the replay.
Oh.
I had to watch a replay of it because I was down the farm when it happened.
Oh, I caught it.
But I caught the replay. I saw the knockout. I saw it.
Oh, you saw the
Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg's great.
There's two uncles fighting at a barbecue. Let's settle this out back. I was like, Snoop Dogg. He's like, oh, get off the ropes, Roy. Get off the ropes. It was like, oh God, I was loving that.
I caught it with like some friends and like they didn't have the volume on.
Oh shit!
And I was
so you had to rewatch?
Yeah, I had to I found it like the next day on YouTube.
It was on Snapchat. Triller put it on Snapchat. I watched it on Snapchat. I watched the whole thing on Snapchat stories. Yeah.
Damn it.
It was free. I was like, oh, someone fucked up.
Yeah. Thriller.
Yeah.
No, that fight was just Mike Tyson. Still has it. Jesus
Christ. That body shot he landed?
Yeah.
That left hook to the body?
Yeah.
I'm really surprised Roy didn't go down.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Like, it was just...
Roy ran.
Oh, absolutely.
And to be fair...
Yeah.
I'd run.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson was saying some scary shit.
Dude, man.
That lead up to the fucking fight. Like, I was terrified.
The fact that he just walked out and ran directly to the ring. Like during
Tyson,
their entrance,
yeah.
like
he didn't.
Fucking Jones was just like, yeah.
He was playing.
Yeah, he was playing to no crowd.
Yeah, that is the weird thing. I do like that for fighting though a little bit because you hear everything a little bit better.
I know. That's what I wanted from like. Just
honestly, like I think I would have performed better in some fights if there wasn't a crowd.
Interesting.
Because the crowd gets in your head
a little bit. Yeah.
Like if you let it. Like there's fights that like I just blocked it out, or like I was concussed. Either way.
Yeah.
But like you start feeding into like that. You have to like that's a real skill that is hard to teach. Is ignoring the crowd.
Right.
Because like you're sitting there and like back like especially like when you're a kid and you're like like when I was like fighting. You hear the kill him, then you start going like yeah. Then you stop thinking about your technique. You know what I mean? If you just calm down and you picked your shots and like there's a better way to do it. Like you know what I mean? I was a brawling style anyway. So
when you hear
I was excited to watch, but yeah.
when you hear the O's, you're just like, all right, I guess this is my shot.
Yeah, like I got caught with a big shot, and I heard the whole crowd like go ooh, and I was like, oh, I lost the fight. And like
gotcha.
I fought back, like I kept fighting, but that never left my head,
Right?
Because I was like, that was a big shot, and this is amateurs. Like you get in your own head about it. It's funny, like what. And I lost that fight by decision. Brian Mowry, shout out to him. He was fucking awesome. He was one of my favorite fights I ever had. We fought in a country club.
Okay.
Hear me out. We fought. So this is amateur boxing night at the country club.
Okay.
In a suburb outside of Pittsburgh. I don't remember exactly where.
Okay.
And it was for a Parkinson's benefit. It was like a banquet for like Pittsburgh boxers against
because you can't have rich people have an amateur boxing thing without a reason.
But they didn't have like chairs. They were at tables. It felt so classist.
Yeah.
Like I felt like an animal going into fight.
Right. But yeah, no, that's what they meant to do.
It was crazy. No, because like everyone's having a martini and dinner.
Yeah.
And they're just going to watch the fights.
Yeah.
And like, I'm used to that because like, that's the business.
That's entertainment. Yeah.
That's the business though. I mean, like when you look at the business of boxing, you are the poor kid going to the fucking land of the slaughter. Like you are a gladiator. That's where it comes from.
Absolutely.
But I had never seen it so blatant.
Right.
Like, I walked in and I looked at my trainer. I was like, "Ooh." And he was like, "What?" I was like, this looks bad. Like, are there black fighters on this? This is gonna look really bad. And like he started laughing. And I was like, dude, though, like I'm not laughing. This is fucked up.
It's like that.
And So
that's the thing. That's the loophole with rich people. You got to like put a benefit along beside it.
Yeah, it had to be but for Parkinson's of all things. Like I was like, what the fuck? Like we're causing Parkinson's right now. Like, like I definitely was kidding. I got hit so hard in that fight that was probably like the one time I thought I was gonna get actually knocked out.
Yeah.
He hit me so fucking hard with an uppercut. And have you ever seen Snatch with Brad Pitt?
No.
He plays the pikey? No,
I've not.
Go home and do me a favor and watch that. We'll talk about it on the next podcast.
All right.
Fucking goddamn child.
Damn, I have a work.
Yeah, giving you homework. Fuck you. God damn it, Jesse. No, but in Snatch, anyone who's listening, they'll fucking know. There's a moment in Snatch where he gets punched and he falls onto the canvas, and as he hits the canvas, he goes into water. Like it's like a very visual thing, but it's like that's how it felt. It felt like I was underwater. I didn't fall. But he hit me with this uppercut, and I was like leaning. We were in fighting, and I was like leaning on him. It felt like I was underwater.
Damn.
And then he hit me again, and it woke me up. Unblacked out.
Damn.
But there was like a solid, maybe 10 seconds where I just was not there at all.
Jesus.
Yeah. And I ended up losing that fight by decision, but he earned that. Like, that's not one of those decisions. Like, I had a couple of decisions that I was like, okay, that's a hometown decision. Like, my championship in the Golden Gloves, I was fighting this guy that was on steroids, and he just ran for me the whole time. And towards the end, I landed some really good shots. I lost that decision. I lost the decision in a fucking tough man competition in West Virginia in my dad's hometown. That was cool. I got to fight in my dad's hometown.
Yeah.
Like, so, like, the boy came back. Like,
right.
Getting Serbian sledgehammer. It was at the Serbian Cultural Center in town.
Oh, nice.
Oh, it was so cool, man. Like, that was one of my favorite fights. But that guy I headbutted that guy. Because it was like a semi-pro thing.
Yeah.
It was like, I didn't mean to, but I kind of did. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't always a dirty fighter, but this guy deserved it. He was another, like, one of those, like, they tried to wear bag gloves.
What's that?
Like, so, like, there's fighting gloves.
Right.
They were supposed to be 16-ounce gloves. That was the regulations for this unsanctioned fight. that I was in. So someone tried to get away with some sneaky shit, and they tried to wear like 9-ounce like fucking bag gloves that are for like hitting the bag.
Okay.
So there's like no padding.
Right. Oh, okay.
They look like boxing gloves, but they're like
not really.
And I called them out. I was like, those are bag gloves. Like if they're wearing bag gloves, go get my bag gloves. I don't give a fuck. I'm not wearing these fucking pillows.
We're gonna even the score.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So then the ref looked. He's like, oh my god, these are bag gloves. So they got him like real gloves. I ended up fighting him. And he ran for me for 3 rounds. They were only 1 minute rounds, so it was really hard for me to cut off. I learned how to cut off the ring in that fight. But at the end, I got him in the corner, and he like ducked in at me, and I just fucking nailed him right in the face. He went like he was out on his feet, and I was bringing my hand back, and I was about to punch. The bell rang, and I just went fuck. I got back in the corner. My trainer was like, "That's what happens when you fight angry. You lost that fight because you fought angry." And I was like, "Fuck, you're right. God damn it, fuck." I got home. I was all pissed. I got in a street fight and won.
1-1 that night.
I was
ladies and gentlemen, let that record be known. 1-1.
I got my win that night. Oh no, I was a toxic individual. Yeah.
Cue Britney Spears.
Toxic.
I don't even know anymore.
But no, Tyson looked good.
Yeah.
Tyson, I would like to see him fight again.
Just the power. Like
I want to see him fight someone like I want to see him fight Butterbean.
Butterbean. Who's Butterbean? Isn't he like the?
Look up Butterbean right now.
Yeah, I think
we looked him up on the last one, didn't we?
Maybe.
The Bart Gunn fucking brawl for all.
Yeah. Okay, so that was Butterbean.
That's Butterbean. Yeah. The guy that knocks out Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah.
I want to see Tyson fight Butterbean.
Right. Yeah, this dude. Let me put him on display. This motherfucker.
I don't know if he even fights anymore, but yeah, he tried to do MMA for a while. That was a
look.
mess.
He's blue. His life is blue. I don't know.
Andy Garcia. That'd be a cool fight for Tyson. I think Garcia might beat him though.
Yeah. Well,
or not Andy Garcia. Is that the guy's name? Who's the champion? Garcia? Andy Garcia?
No, I don't want
go down. It's that one right there. Up. Andy Ruiz, not Andy Garcia. Who am I thinking of? Oh no, Andy Garcia is from the fucking Godfather. I'm fucking an asshole. Yeah, I want to see him fight Butterbean or someone like that. I think that'd be a dope fight.
That would be pretty dope.
Tyson versus fucking
How old
Butterbean.
is he?
I'm gonna say Butterbean. Why don't you just put age?
I don't know why I put here.
Fucking idiot.
I'm a fucking dumbass. Anyways, 54. Perfect. Fucking perfect. Yeah. Book it.
Either that or like a Bob Sapp. Bob Sapp would be a good one.
Bob Sapp, yeah.
I know Larry Holmes. You ever met him? You're from this area?
Not really.
Yeah, I've met Larry Holmes. He's a cool guy.
Gotcha. Yeah. Where'd you meet him?
Easton, or at the fights in Bethlehem.
Okay.
Because he's from Easton.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's like from like around where my hometown is.
Does he retire? Has he retired there, or is he just?
Oh no, he lives there. That's like where he lives full time now. He had a gym, and like a bunch of the people that were going to the gym robbed the gym. Like he opened up like an inner city gym, and he had like the belts and all that stuff, and they took all his fucking shit.
Ah, damn.
Yeah. He's had a rough go of it.
He
used to have an awesome restaurant though. It's called Larry. I think it's still there. Larry Holmes Ringside Bar or Ringside Barbecue or Ringside Pub or some shit like that.
Right.
And my grandmother caught a drink there one time when she lived here, and she comes in and he comes over like the bartender's like, "Excuse me, ma'am, we have a private party for Mr. Holmes." She's like, "I'll drink with him. I don't care." Like she didn't think anything of it. She's there having a Manhattan and. He comes over to her, he's like, "Hey, miss, how you doing?" She's like, "Oh, hey, champ." Like, she like knew who he was. She used to own a restaurant, and I think he used to come in a lot. So they sat there and chat the shit. Yeah, my grandparents, this is on my mom's side, my mom's mother, the Italians, they owned a restaurant in the Poconos called Hampton Court Inn.
Okay.
And that was a cool fucking place. Like, that was, like, I grew up going there. Like, I grew up in the restaurant. Like, that's, like, a lot of my early childhood memories. Like, we were at that restaurant. And they had a bunch of famous people come in. Like, Jack Palance came in all the time, Robert Redford, fucking, because they were up in the Poconos, and they were in the Poconos in, like, that heyday of, like, the Poconos being, like, a destination.
Okay.
Like, people used to go to the Poconos, like, celebrities. Yeah. So, like, if you were The old adage was like, if you were Protestant, you went to the Poconos. If you were Jewish, you went to the Catskills. But like that was the fucking thing.
Those are the two places.
And like it was like a mountaintop fucking like ski lodges, all that stuff. It used to be like a really cool place to go. We're going to Toby Hanna in January. Me and the band, we got a cabin down there.
Nice.
We're gonna hang out, fish for a couple days, get pretty bombed. It'll be a good time.
Sweet. You fish too?
I do everything, man. Yeah. I'm a restaurant.
I don't have the patience to fish.
No, you're just using the wrong bait.
Fair enough.
I'll tell you what, I didn't think I had the patience to deer hunt anymore.
Dude, I did.
And I surprised myself.
Really? Well, here's the thing. Like my dad was always adage was like, let me take you fishing, like father son type thing. He never did it. And I'm so glad he never did. Because I was
That's so funny. Like my dad did take me fishing, but he hated fishing. And I loved it. I was like, this is cool. You know, you put the worm on the hook and the fish eats the worm and then we eat the fish. It's I was like, this is so much fun.
He bought me a pole and I never used it.
I got like 3 poles in my trunk right now.
Oh, okay.
I'm like ready at all times. Like, if I see a stream, because I have a license, if I see a stream, I'll pull over and fucking fish for a couple hours.
Nice.
I got nothing else to do.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a good thing to like do. I don't know. I've just never
It's
had
good
that.
thinking time. Fishing's good thinking time.
Fair enough.
I fuck up all the time. Like I had this when I was like hunting and fishing for all my food on that fucking road trip I took.
Okay.
And I had a fucking monster on the fucking line. I was like weighted out to my belly in like this lake. It was Lake Annapolis in fucking Kansas. And I had this monster fish on the fucking line. I don't know what it was. It might have been a catfish. Could have been a bass. I have no fucking idea. It was big though. Like really big. Like my pole went from here to here really quick. Like, and I'm in the water. I felt like the Goofy movie. Like could you back up a little bit, Mr. Foot? You're out of focus. Like, you know, I'm like, I was doing the perfect cast. Fucking. But so I see him and he like breaches and I'm like, oh, that's dinner for a week. So I start reeling in. I have them, and boom, the line goes flat. I reel it in. The line didn't even break. I just tied it wrong. The hook just slipped right off.
Oh, wow.
I just tied it wrong. Like, once again, I'm a giant pussy. Like I do all the things that like make you I don't know how to do them. I just do them. You know what I mean? Like I fuck up so I'm like I'll be high tying the knot. Or this is looking tying in a bow. You know,
This is close enough.
Yeah, exactly. How are we doing on time?
We are 3 minutes away from an hour.
Okay, cool. So we'll fuck around for a little bit longer. Three whole minutes. Oh boy, what are we talking about?
I don't know why I gave time like that.
You could have said 57 minutes. Like, dude, how high are you right now?
I'm not that high. I'm just stupid. I'm just like stupid.
This is a quiet podcast. We've been very subdued. Very subdued from the first episode, I will say. No one started yelling Macho Man Randy Savage or trying to yell at a blobfish.
Right. That should be inside. Instead of you coming out, it should be the blobfish.
Oh, just like let me talk to Neil. Let me see how fucking privy he is to do another graphic for us.
For one thing.
No. Thanks, Neil.
Thanks, Neil.
I appreciate it. I know you're busy. I like make it on my phone. It looks like shit. I'm gonna make one on my phone tonight and send it to you. That's
all right. Sounds good.
Again, what's coming up though? What's coming up? Fight stuff. We have Spence and Garcia's this weekend, isn't it? Isn't that tonight?
No idea.
What's today? The 5th?
Today is the 5th.
Yeah, Spence and Garcia's tonight. That's Errol Spence Jr. and Danny Garcia from Philly. He's a Philly boy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're fighting for the title. They're possibly the two best. I think they're welterweights. Look it up real quick. I'm pretty sure they're welterweights. Just put Spence Garcia. Yeah. Welterweights. Yep. So these are guys that fight. Yeah, Danny Swift Garcia, he's no joke. He's a fucking tough kid from Philly. I've watched him fight a lot. Errol Spence Jr. got in a car accident. They thought his career was going to be done. He came back better than ever.
Ooh.
Yeah. A lot of drama on this fight. This should be a big fight. This could actually save boxing. I know, but I've been saying that for like the past couple of fights.
Yeah, boxing's
so dead. It's so hard to fucking. I don't know. I might be throwing money on this. I got to decide.
21.
I like Garcia. I don't know if he wins, but I like Garcia. Errol Spence is a fucking monster, though. This is going to be a good fight.
Yeah.
So that's tonight. This won't come out until fucking 2 weeks from now, though. So
It already happened.
yeah, this has already happened. So we'll know if I was right.
So Spencer Garcia, new champion.
Yeah, you're right. There might be a new champion. It's for the unified welterweight. We haven't had a unified welterweight champion since before Mayweather because
We can unify.
he never fought Pacquiao for the title.
Oh. Well, Pacquiao. Well, is he done?
He's thinking about fighting. They're talking about having him fight McGregor.
That's interesting.
But Jake Paul wants to fight McGregor too, which I think
Jake Paul is just.
I want to fight Jake Paul.
I know.
Like I know I don't know how many people are listening to this podcast right now, but I'll say it right into the fucking camera. Jake Paul and your fucking brother, I will fight you guys both on the same night and fuck you up. I don't give a fuck. All right. My boy Mike Manna in fucking Pittsburgh, the Pittsburgh Bulls, shout out to him. He used to fucking me and him used to spar. He's a legit heavyweight. He's a legit pro. Fucking, he called them out on his Instagram. He wants to fight them. I'd fucking pay to see that fight. This kid is like, they're fucking pussies. Like, I don't respect you, Doug. I don't respect the yeah, Logan Paul. Look at that.
Yeah, Logan Paul. There it is.
Why don't you go back to fucking Japan and fucking film a fucking guy who hung himself, you fucking prick.
Yeah.
Like, oh God, I hate these guys.
I mean, they're just famous. So
Yeah, they're just famous. No, but that's what it is. They're just famous, though. They're nothing. Like,
I blame
YouTube.
I blame
TikTok.
Paris Hilton. She started it.
That's hot.
Stop it. Look at you. You're perpetuating the culture that you hate.
Dude, that porno was great.
It was fucking terrible.
That might have been my first porno. One Night in Paris. On a fucking old.
And you're a wrestling fan. It's not One Night in China, you son of a bitch.
I saw that too. I had them right next to each other. It was both red light district videos, I think.
I was in two places at the same time.
Oh my God. I'll tell you what though, the memes for the Nate Robinson.
Yeah, they're great.
Did you see the one where it was like all the African American fucking like political leaders looking down on him? It's like Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, and it was bad. My buddy Andre Kim fucking said that to me, and he posted it.
Yeah.
Dying, dude. I was like,
There was like one about like
just how he crumpled too. It was like it wasn't so much that he got knocked out, but he gave up.
he gave up.
He got hit and was like, "This isn't for me."
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, that was like watching a kid at football tryouts whose dad made him go. Like, you know,
Yeah.
what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like, he got hit and he was like, I'm not okay.
I'm not doing this.
No, you are okay. No, I'm not. Like, you're not a fighter, dude. Go back to hitting free throws.
Yeah.
Like, oh, dude. And then there was one that was NBA. They had him in the NBA logo and it said "Never box again." There was another one, and it was they photoshopped him in behind Tyson and Jones during the decision.
Yeah.
They,
You
like, had an arrow, like, Nate's still there. Like, they just fought around it.
For a second, I thought it was real. I was like,
I did too. I was pretty baked when I saw it, and I was like, no way.
no way. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, no.
my
So
God.
I don't know. Internet boxing. What are you gonna fucking do about it?
I mean, it makes my
It's
he
like
made a
celebrity
killing.
boxing back in the day. Like Danny Bonaducci and fucking Donnie Osmond had a celebrity boxing fight. Danny Bonaducci from the Partridge Family and Osmond from the Osmonds.
Yeah.
They had a celebrity boxing match like back in the 90s.
Damn.
And they
I
were
didn't
like
know that.
adults. And like Danny Bonaducci came down smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
Like it was like funny as fuck because he was like a royal fuck up at that point. He'd like been in jail for like drugs 1,000 times.
Right.
Like, but yeah, like celebrity boxing was a big thing. They had some chicks do it too, I think.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
It was
Well, I
in the
just
90s.
and like I also miss Celebrity Deathmatch.
Oh, I wish they would bring that
Like,
back.
that
dude.
would be-
That's one of my favorite. Dude, that video game was so much fun. That fucking show was hysterical.
Hilarious.
I loved like when they would do stuff, like when they would have pro wrestlers on.
Yeah.
Like they had like The Rock on, and I was like, isn't this what wrestling is anyway?
Yeah.
And then like Stone Cold would like,
copying wrestling.
oh yeah, all comes back to wrestling, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Wrestling-
we're back on wrestling.
Wrestling is real. It's real, damn it. Oh my God, that's
Did you
so
see
funny.
Sting come back?
Yeah, I did.
I have yet to see that entire show. I need to watch it.
Yeah, no, it's taped right now. I'm waiting. Oh, that was another thing. So my uncle Jimmy, he watches wrestling down at camp.
Yeah.
My other uncle thinks it's ridiculous. He's like, why are we watching men in tights? And I'm like, yeah, I know. Me and you look at that, but then like I like thought about it. I was like, he does have a point.
Yeah.
It's kind of gay. Like, you know, like, but,
Absolutely.
yeah,
it's a little gay.
It's a little gay, but you know, so is Game of Thrones. There's a lot of dong in that. But fucking, it was so funny. He was just so mad, and then like I kept telling him, I was like, you wait, you're gonna be flipping through the channels one day, and you're gonna see wrestling, and you're gonna stay on it a split second longer. Now that you had to watch it with us all this time, you're gonna check in. You're gonna be like, I know who these people are.
Yeah.
You're gonna stay on that channel. He's like, fuck you. No, I'm not. I know it's already happened though. He's definitely been flipping through the channels, and he stayed on wrestling for that half second longer than he would have.
And then just
God damn it, Zach!
and just fucking like I don't know.
I want to. I don't know.
Seeing an old face like Sting again.
Oh, so good.
On fucking another company.
I just want to see. I just want to see if he could still perform, because I know he was very injured after
Seth Rollins.
Yeah, right. It was. Oh no, wait.
Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins hurt him.
Seth Rollins hurt him with the buckle bomb.
Oh right, that's right. They fucked his neck up bad.
Yeah.
That fucking buckle bomb. That needs to go.
That needs to go. It's bad.
I'm not about banning moves, as we talked about on the last one. With the chair shots.
Right.
Chris Benoit just ruined it for everybody. I got so much flack for that. People were like, I can't believe you said that. I was like, he did.
Yeah,
he did ruin it. Fucking idiots. God damn, everyone was fine. If he could just hold his shit together and not kill his family, we would have been good. Because still had concussions. Everyone would have been dumb.
We're back on it.
Someone was bitching to me about JBL last night. Like, JBL's my favorite. And I was like, all right, we're not friends anymore.
You're a douchebag.
We're not friends. JBL is your favorite?
I don't know you, but I'm not your friend.
Yeah. He listens to the podcast. He's going to hear us say this. That's funny. But yeah, no, I'm interested to see what they do with Sting. Any news on the Shaq storyline? Is that a real thing?
No.
Or did they just kind of...
Maybe they're...
AEW's hard to keep up with.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't really watched any wrestling. I just saw Sting come across.
I love that I think that I'm making you watch wrestling. Like, I think I reignited it.
Well,
because I'm watching through the 90s still. I'm still going through
really.
Like,
well, I'm watching
and stuff.
I'm interested now because I want to see what happens with AEW's.
Do you have the network?
I have the network. I have.
Oh, so you have? So you watch? So shut up.
I have it, but I haven't fucking used it.
We should do an old school pay-per-view once
I'm down.
Every episode, every other episode or something.
Yeah.
So what do we do? This bi-weekly? I don't know what we're doing.
I don't know. You're in charge.
That's what they keep telling me. I don't believe it. I'm like, I keep asking.
You're in charge. I'm just like, when do you want to do this?
Yeah, I'm glad you called me because I totally forgot about it. I was still like shell shocked from the fucking farm.
I care about you viewers, or listeners, or whatever you want.
It's not even that. It's been so crazy. I mean, like, I just signed another contract with the theater, so I'm not moving to Texas yet. Which is cool. Yeah. So we'll get to do this for a little bit longer. Even when I live in Texas, we'll figure a way to do this. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, and yeah, that's the thing. I just got to get a mic. Which, if anyone wants to give me a mic,
birthday Christmas,
which I'm all the.
Sorry, Kwanzaa.
Yeah, thank you, Heinz Ward. Steel curtain, baby. But fuck it. What was I gonna say? Oh, someone's breaking in again. That always happens during my podcast. What was I gonna say? Though shit. I don't fucking know.
I don't remember. I forgot.
You made me so sleepy just by talking to me. No, we should do. I think we should definitely do an episode like where we review an old pay-per-view.
I'm down.
I would love to do that. We could even watch it in, and then
let's just watch it right here,
and then you'll just comment on it. Yeah. I want to do the Survivor Series with the one we were talking about last time with the fucking where the Undertaker cuts his artery.
Oh yeah. I'm down. I remember that was the time when I watched. So
That'll be the first one. We'll do that next episode. We might get an extra episode in this month, but we'll fucking do that. Cool. I have nothing to plug. Just follow us on Instagram at Zachy Peanuts. You're just what, at Jesse Pedraza, right?
Yeah, J Pedraza 74 on Instagram, and
don't follow him on TikTok. Don't
the Jesse Pedraza show on TikTok. Just watch the only one that's there and the only one that'll ever be posted.
It can't be a show if there's only one episode, asshole. That's why. Shut up. Shut up. Fucking. Check us out on YouTube. We're on the Drop 10 Podcast Media Network. You can see it on video if you want to see my ugly mug and Jesse. Actually, they don't see you, do they? Or
no, they don't see me.
Oh, they don't see you.
I don't.
So no one knows what you look like. You're just like this voice in the fucking void.
That's how I like it.
You like that too. Yeah. You're very Nadab of you. You know?
Yeah.
You're Googling like Nadab recently too. That's funny. All right, cool. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Show on December 12th. I doubt this will be out by then. Maybe it will. Maybe I'll release it early because maybe I'll just put some more episodes out. I don't have a releasing schedule for this.
No, you don't.
I was gonna do bi-weekly, but at this point, like,
well, it's the holidays.
Yeah, and like I don't have shit to do, so maybe after January we'll probably have more of a schedule. But you know, it's the holiday. I think we're just getting this started. So I mean, thanks for everyone who's showed a lot of support. We're really happy to be doing this. I'm having a blast doing Zachy Hour. Jesse, you're a fucking godsend. I'm so glad you're my producer on this because like you have like my same level of retard. So like it's like I was told you can't say that anymore. Like I know you're not supposed to. But with everything that's going on in the world, is that the word we're worried about? Pick your battles. It's
it's just distractions.
Yeah. Fucking and I do want to let everyone know now. Most Extreme Elimination Challenge is on Amazon Prime now.
Oh, okay.
I've been watching that.
Dude, MXC.
Oh my god, it's my favorite show ever.
Yeah. There should be. I don't know how you.
We're
make
Kenny Blankenship and Vic Romano. Yeah, we're watching porn, aren't we, Ken?
Yeah. Wait, what? He's the. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's the first episode. I just want. He's like, oh, why is he dressed like that? Yeah, they're like in fucking samurai clothes. It's like, why is he dressed like that? Because that's how producers dress when they don't want to look like normal people. Like, oh. Why didn't he say anything? Yeah. Like, no, the dubbing on it is so bad, but it's so good.
It's so good. Watch that show.
Oh God, MXC. Yeah, that was my last thing. I was just like, I saw it the other day. I have to let the listeners know. Yeah. I got to get the word out.
Yeah, definitely.
But anyway, and then check into Broadway for Breeders over on our other podcast. We're gonna have a new episode coming out. Yeah, it'll already be out by the time this comes out. So I don't know why I keep plugging, but go check it out. We'll probably have 3 episodes out by the time this one's out. So, but yeah, there'll be Kevin Hurley, and then Jeff Gordy's going to stop in and talk about Coors Line. He's a Helen Hayes Award winner. Really good friend of mine with I'm
going to pretend what that means.
College. It's an extremely prestigious award for DC Regional Theater.
Okay.
Professional regional theater.
That's awesome.
DC. Yeah. Yeah. Kid's a tremendous dancer, fucking awesome actor. Me and him were in a bunch of shows together in college, and like he's partying at my house all the time. We're very good friends, but I haven't like really talked to him in a long time.
Right.
He's based out of Philly too. He's gonna zoom in just because virus. Yeah. But yeah, so that should be a cool episode. I'm excited to talk to him.
That's gonna be sweet.
Yeah, we're gonna be recording that on Monday, so that should be out in like a month. Because I can't get my shit together. But anyway, this has been the Zachy Hour podcast. I'm Zach Petrovich. Jesse, you want to sign off for yourself?
Yeah, I'm Jesse Pedraza.
So eventful. Guys, Mike Tyson's our next guest. Go ahead.